Mortgage rates jump after 2 weeks of declines. Gabriela Cruz Martinez, personal finance writer. Mortgage rates are back up again following 2 weeks of declines that did little to boost home buyer demand. The rate on the 30-year fixed mortgage jumped to 5.51 from 5.30% the week period, according to Freddie Mac, while lower than the 5.81% registered in late June. The average rate is still more than 2 percentage points higher than the beginning of the year. Rates at the challenging affordability conditions home buyers are facing that includes persistently high inflation and now newfound recession worries. Homeowners too are also spooked by recent rate volatility, thinking twice before tapping into their equity now more expensive than before. Mortgage rates are volatile as economic growth slows due to fiscal and monetary drugs. Sam Khater, Freddie Mac chief economist, said in a press statement, which with rates the highest in over a decade, home prices as elevated levels and inflation continuing to impact consumers. Affordability remains the main obstacle to home ownership for many Americans. Last week, Mumbai got a short reprieve when rates dropped a half point after the yield on the 10-year treasury, which mortgage rates track dropped below 3% for the first time since early June. But that revised this week after June's elevated inflation reading Wednesday came in higher than expected. The yield rose sharply, taking mortgage rates with it as the likelihood of the Federal Reserve hiking its benchmark by the percentage point rate this month got stronger. The result is slowing housing market that's hard to ignore. A record high 81% of consumers think the economy is on the wrong track, according to the latest home buyer sentiment survey from Fannie Mae, with a plurality of respondents saying it would be difficult to get a mortgage, the first time in nearly 7 years. High mortgage rates and record high home prices have informed that sentiment for of a month now already. Keith Gumbinger, vice president of HSH.com, told Yahoo Money it's true that mortgage rates did dip last week, but rates have risen since late last week, and much of that decline has likely already dissipated. The volume of mortgage application decreased for the second week in a row, down 1.7% from a week earlier, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association survey for the week ending July 8. The purchase index fell 14% on an unadjusted basis from the previous week and was down 80% from the same week on the year ago. Summer is the busiest time of the year, so a slowdown during this time could obviously mean a much slower year. George Retio, manager of economic research at Realtor.com, told Yahoo Money, today's market is not what it was few months ago. Sky-high rent prices are also foiling potential buyers' plans to purchase anytime soon, according to the National Association of Realtors (NAR). At least in five renters spend at least 50% of their monthly income on rent. Some of their budget are really tight and it can be very difficult to get a down payment. Nadia Evangelou, senior economist and director of forecasting at NAR, told Yahoo Finance the transition from renters to home ownership is even more challenging now. For instance, the national median listing price for active listing was 45 lakh dollar, up 16.9% compared with last year, according to Realtor.com. That and rising rates are making buyers think twice. Approximately 60,000 home purchase agreements fell through in June, the highest percentage registered since March and April 2020. When economic uncertainty ran high during on a onset of the COVID pandemic, according to Redfin. Inflation has an immediate and direct impact on household finances. Retio said the price of food, apparel, service, and gasoline are much higher. We are likely to see, at least on the demand side of housing, a significant continued decline. We are already observing there's only so much money to go around each month. Homeowners have also felt the pinch of rising borrowing cost. With rates more than 2 percentage points higher than the start of the year, very few homeowners would benefit from a refinance today. According to the MBA, the refinance activity remains 80% lower than the same week a year ago. For certain homeowners who bought their home in the last 2 or 3 years and have a mortgage at 2.6%, today's market is going to be quite challenging. Radio said, especially if they want to upgrade, if they want to a bigger house. Not only is it a higher price tag, but now mortgage rates are much higher. আপনার কি হয়েছে? আমি জোরে জোরে পড়ছি, আপনি বলছিলেন তাই না, শেষ তো। ওকে। This 45 innovative use for Vaseline prove it's not just for skin. Your Vaseline pot in your bathroom has other uses than hydrating your lips or your dry skin. From simple health use to extreme tricks, the traditional Vaseline is a multi-purpose product that has a lot of uses. There are so many incredible everyday functions that you can simplify with Vaseline, and it will make your life that much easier. You will not believe how many different things there are to do with Vaseline. We wrap up 45 tricks that you must try. Easily sliding refrigerator dryers. There are few things more frustrating than being hungry and not being able to get any food out of sticking freeze dryer. Thankfully, a bit of Vaseline will have you munching in no time. While the stiff and uncooperative dryer needs is a light layer of Vaseline paste around the exterior sides of the dryer in the place where the slide tracks are. Now that the right lubrication has been applied, enjoy uninterrupted refrigerator access. It's শেষ হয় না 8 মিনিট এখনো। ওকে, আমি তো আমার আর্টিকেলগুলোই তো ঠিকঠাক পাচ্ছি না, কোথায়? Paula Jones made her presence felt in the U.S. political circuit as a civil servant. She has been doing quite well for herself, and she is trying to excel on the financial front. Her net fortune is something in the proximity of $7 lakh. That's not bad, we would say. Jones is also a successful real estate agent. While her personal life has not been equally successful, she found happiness and true love and is also real estate agent. She is in a happy marriage which Stephen Mark emphasized for close to 2 decades now. As far as we know, Jones is a doting mother to Madison and Preston. Though she has a tight schedule to maintain, she never forgets to call up at home from time to time and find out what the two are up to. Jones would surely choose the perfect insurance plan for the toddlers. সব উল্টাপাল্টা করে ফেলছি আমি ইয়াই পাচ্ছি না